Hey y'all, welcome back to another social work video. I originally intended this video to be a combination of two different work days or two consecutive work days. However, the video is a lot longer than I originally intended. Seems like I was getting content for you guys. So I did break it up. So this will be part one and then part two will be coming up soon. So be checking back for that. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a preference of what was going on.
I'm on my way over to the hospital. I have two patients I need to go see over in those parts. One patient's about to be discharged, and then the two others are babies. So I got my phone and my notes inside of here, and yeah, let's go. Guys, it's been a crazy day, and I just got here 20 minutes ago. So I just saw two nurses about my patients. They both like chased me down, called me down the hallway. And so now I have to go back and write notes.
So let's get into it. I came to work on what was originally an off day, and I kind of make my own schedule at this point. And I wanted to come in because we were actually off work on this Monday. And so I knew that because I had lost a day, I had a lot of work to catch up on, and I didn't want to prolong anything that didn't have to go into Friday. So when I came into the office, I had two moms and two babies at the hospital, and one mom was just recently discharged. And so I went over to the hospital to go meet with her, to talk to her, assess her needs, figured out that she had over the weekend, or if there was any issues or complaints or concerns that we needed to address. I also wanted to check in to see if she had been in contact with her children's division worker. And assessing the notes, when I first got into the office, I saw that they had kept her because they wanted her to make sure that she got her methadone the next day after she was discharged. My other mom was still in the hospital, and I tried to see her multiple times while I was at the hospital, but there were constantly other medical professionals that were meeting with her. And during that time period, I met with both nurses working with both of my families, and they expressed some of their concerns, like with Mom A, who I was originally talking about. She needed to get to methadone, and when she got to the methadone clinic that day, there were issues with the doctor not being there, and because she was recently discharged and she didn't have her discharge paperwork, they were not able to dose her. And so the hospital was trying to figure out a best solution for her to make sure that she got her methadone and that she wasn't going to go into withdrawal. And I mean, at that time, there was really no other solution. Methadone is a controlled substance, and if she were to get it from another place or illegally, then that would cause more issues for the next day when there was a doctor and they had her on the schedule to be seen to then get her doses. So, I mean, there's situations where there's really nothing else that we can do. I wish that the hospital would have been better in prepping that information and called Friday or even over the weekend to try to talk to someone about when to properly discharge the patient if they were wanting her to make sure that she stayed on her methadone. So we're dealing with that with Mom A, and then Mom B also was having methadone issues. She was not even established with methadone, and they were wanting to make sure that what happened with Mom A didn't happen with Mom B. And the clinic that she actually wanted to go to didn't necessarily do traditional appointments, but they were going to allow her to walk in. She also had like at least a time frame to go complete her intake and assessment and get dosed. And so there was a lot of just methadone. You'll see me calling a lot of methadone places, calling the patients to follow up to make sure that they know and are aware of the updates, to also ask and inquire about the children's division cases and assess other needs.
Hi, Ann. My name is Aljanae. I'm a social worker. I'm just trying to verify your hours for one of my patients who wants to start methadone. You guys are open Monday through Friday, right? Okay. Can I go ahead and... Okay. Hi, John. I wanted to make an appointment for one of my patients to get some methadone for intake. Yeah. She can be there tomorrow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 I will let her know. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay.
As you guys can see, there's a lot of appointment planning, a lot of phone calls, a lot of conversations with different employees at these agencies and organizations. And so I also have to provide an update to the patient and also to my staff if necessary and needed, and also to the medical staff over at the hospital on labor and delivery and antepartum. So I kind of have to continue to update people as things constantly change and improve, or
She goes, I was in a
there's
car and I didn't
appointments.
know how to say this one or this one, so I didn't know.
Hey, Rebecca, it's Ajane.
Yeah.
Hey, are you at the
Hello,
clinic or the hospital? Okay, never mind. I called the wrong number. Okay, bye.
Right. I was thinking about starting this,
Hey, Jennifer, it's Ajane. So I called them again and I talked with someone named John, and he said that they can see her tomorrow at 5:15. So that if you guys wanted to discharge. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Nobody knows how to say her name. She says it's the.
I'm fucking working on it, and I know.
I hope that you guys are enjoying this point of view or this perspective, this type of format. I did another video like this, just more exposing what the actual environment is like in the clinic. As you can see, I have to navigate not only my conversations, my phone calls, my emails, charting, doing notes, also seeing patients at my clinic and at the other clinic and at the hospital, but also listening to my coworkers, any updates or any new statuses that I need to be aware of, and normal conversations that happen in the office. Sometimes they're loud and they're laughing when I'm on the phone having a serious conversation. So it's just important to try to figure out how to navigate that. And sometimes I do remove myself from the office and I get a COWS, which is what we basically call a rolling laptop. And I have that time to just step away and have a conversation. I usually bring my notepad with me just to take down any notes or any important information or anything that I need to remember for later on to chart. And yeah, that's just the reality of working with other employees when you're working in a workroom, is that sometimes you can't control the environment and you can't control what's going on around you. You can only adapt and do what's best for you. And sometimes removing yourself shouldn't be taken personally by your other colleagues or coworkers, but just to make sure that you're giving yourself the right environment to focus, to pay attention, to get things done. I'm good at tuning my coworkers out if shenanigans starts to build up, but I also take the opportunity to stagger my lunch. I don't typically eat with my coworkers. 9 times out of 10, that's the time where I can catch up on my notes, have a little quiet time, because there's 5 of us in that room, sometimes more, and I just need a break. So I just want to put a reminder in there that self-care can look like this in your work environment as well. Go on walks. It's a little too hot right now, but go on walks is what I do. Sometimes I eat outside, and I just make sure that I'm taking the time to make sure that my mental health and my emotional state, because it can be overwhelming sometimes when you have so much to do and you're doing so many things and need to be in so many different places at once, and you have a lot of pressure on you, maybe for a discharge like I do, and I just needed some time to step away. But I've been good about tuning my coworkers out or just really hyper focusing on whatever I need to do. But there are moments where we do express, like, hey, I'm on a phone call, can everybody be quiet, or can you quiet down? Or like I said, most of the time I just walk out because that works best for me.
Hi, this is Anna from the.
And then what was I gonna look at? Oh, I was trying to look up your
I'm
page.
fine. I tried to visit you this morning a few times, but you always had someone in your
Okay,
room.
I changed it over. and it
So I wanted
seems
to
that
call
now
and
I
let
guess
you
you're already
know
home.
that I talked with the worker for the methadone,
Okay,
and they said
Okay,
that they can
alright.
see
How
you
you doing?
tomorrow. You'll have to be there at about like
Okay,
5-ish.
alright. I know you were
The appointment's
really
at
nervous about today.
5:15. So you'll just have to get there probably a little bit earlier because sometimes they double book
Yeah,
just in case
see
someone doesn't
Thursday, we're
show.
bridging you until,
But bring some snacks,
we're bridging you through
some water
that
because the
morning.
visit will take about 3
so
hours.
that you won't
And
be
you'll
like
need to
without that
bring,
whole
you have a
morning.
valid ID license or,
Okay, alright. Thanks so much, Kristen.
Mhm.
You too, bye.
okay.
She
So
was
make
on
sure you
hold.
take that and your discharge paperwork and then your insurance card. Yeah, do you have a pen?
It switched. For the cardiologist.
You're welcome. And then I'm gonna try to reach your children's division worker, but it seems that you guys have a home visit today with someone in your family.
She lives in Wildwood with her parents now, but yeah, I understand. Okay, so.
Did your children's division worker,
I'm trying to
she
look
said
up
that she came to talk with you Friday.
They have a baby.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like
Mm.
it's Washington, Missouri. I mean, Wildwood is
Yeah.
far,
Okay.
but
It's
it's.
not walkable anymore.
All right, well, I'll
that's
try to
all.
catch up with her after one,
Right,
okay?
yeah.
All right, thanks. No problem. Bye.
So like I said, this is just part 1. Day 2 will be up next week. I hope that you guys enjoyed. It was just absolutely bananas. And the next day was absolutely bananas. So I'm glad that I was able to get some good content for you guys, especially since my previous video was we basically had no patience. So like I said, it goes in highs and lows. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys will join me on my next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.